Who would have thought I would have made an entire video based on romance books? Not me. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie, and today I'm going to be talking about 3 book recommendations by 3 booktubers. I was originally going to start this video out as a vlog, but like typical Jessie, I'm just horrible at remembering to pick up the camera. So unfortunately, this is just going to be a sit down chill type of video. But I would like to try this again actually as a vlog, but with thriller. So let me know in the comments down below if you would like to see that. But in today's video, I have picked 3 booktubers, and I'm going to be taking a romance book recommendation, and I'm going to be talking about the synopsis, my rating, and my feelings, and whether or not I would recommend it. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first book I read was actually one of my friend Gwen over on Gwendolyn Kensigner's channel. She actually did a whole video based on Christina Lauren books.
Hi friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're here to talk all about the work of the author duo Christina Lauren.
And she recommended pretty highly the book Love and Other Words. I picked this one up as the ebook and the audiobook from my Libby app from local libraries. What this book is about, you have 2 characters. Their names are Macy and Elliot. We're mostly following Macy, and basically it's told between when she was like 13, 14 years old until she turns like 18, 19. And then it also has present day where she is like 28 or 29 years old. And back in the past, she had just lost her mother not that long ago, and her dad are trying to go on with life, grieving their lost one. And one of the things that her mom did was make a list for the dad to do for when she grows up, you know, like when she gets like her period or when she has her first love and stuff like that. So one of the things on the list was to take Macy away, like on a weekend getaway whenever she feels sad. So her dad actually bought a like cabin or like a weekend home. Like every weekend they would actually go up there and spend their time, and their next door neighbors is this family, which is so lovable. One of the sons over there, his name is Elliot. You kind of have this relationship kind of blossoming to friendship over to like an actual relationship. But then in the present chapters, you have Macy, who's like 28, 29 years old, and she runs into Elliot, and they have not spoken in like 10 plus years, and things are super awkward. Like something crazy happened between them, and you don't know what it is. So it's definitely a second chance romance. As you dive into the story, you kind of figure out like little by little like how their relationship is forming, both in the past and the present. And then towards the end, you kind of find out what exactly happened between them that caused them to like go their separate ways. Then in the present chapters, you kind of find out like, you know, what their situation is. So as for my rating, I rated this one 5 stars. I absolutely loved this book. It did frustrate me at times because I can kind of be a little impatient. I don't really like secrets, and I don't like knowing that something happened or there's a secret and I don't know what it is. So that's the only thing that kind of frustrated me, was I wanted to know like what happened between them two. It was worth it. I highly recommend. But I actually borrowed this from my library, and I've already ordered my physical copy because I want my own, and also to let all my friends borrow. I really enjoyed the relationship between Macy and Elliot. I also love the relationship Macy has with her father, as well as like this little relationship that she has with Elliot's family. Like they just sound like the greatest family ever. And to be honest, I was really nervous going into this one because I read In a Holidays by Christina Lauren back in December, and I absolutely did not like it at all. That's just my opinion. I gave it 2 stars. But I was really hesitant going into this one. And one of the big differences that I've seen between the two is In a Holidays was like this super cheesy, Hallmarky type Christmas book, which that's not me. But I really liked Love and Other Words because it was like more emotional. Like there was more like hard-hitting topics that come about in the story, and I really enjoyed this one, and I absolutely loved it. The next book is actually a recommendation from my friend Jackie over on her channel, which is Jacquline. She usually hosts Romanceathon every year, and I remember her raving about a particular book.
I am 217 pages into The Idea of You. I think this is going to be a 5-star read. Like, it is so incredibly good.
So the book I decided to read for Jackie's pick was actually The Idea of You by Robin Lee. This one I thought was kind of interesting because it has an age gap, like kind of forbidden romance, not really forbidden. And I remember watching her Romanceathon video and she just like absolutely loving this one and giving it 5 stars. I'm like 99% sure she cried in that video. I decided to give this one a whirl, and I also got the ebook and the audiobook for this one. And the cool thing is Robin Lee, who is the author, actually narrates her own book, which I found super interesting. Then also after I talked to Jackie about this book, I also found out that she's writing a sequel to it, or she's writing another book. One of the two. So The Idea of You, what is it about? It is about a woman named Celine, and she is 39 years old, divorced, and has a teenage daughter. And one night she takes her daughter, who's like 12, I think she's 12. She takes her to this concert called August Moon, and it's like this boy band, like One Direction, Jonas Brothers type style. Her daughter is like obsessed with this boy band. Her and her daughter actually get offered to meet the band like after the concert, and as the daughter is like conversating with some of the other girls backstage or the actual bandmates, our main character Celine actually starts talking to one of the singers, and his name is Hayes. And I found this kind of interesting because it is an age gap, but typically age gap books I read are typically the man is older and the woman is younger, but this was like completely different because Celine is 39 and Hayes is 20. As they're starting to flirt and hit it off, there's also the conversation of like she has her own small business and her clients. She also has her daughter who's obsessed with this band, and she doesn't know how that would actually work out with her daughter, you know. And then there's also the obvious one, the age. I really enjoyed this one. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I really like the whole age gap where the woman is older and there is a younger man, and also how it can be kind of a double standard, how it's kind of acceptable for the man to be older, but it's different for the woman and vice versa. I really enjoyed that topic. I think the only thing I wasn't a fan of in this book was the whole like fame part to it. Like I really wasn't that big into the whole like stardom and like this boy band and everything like that. I really did not care for that, but I did find the romance to be so touching and like emotional. One thing that I really struggle with romances is I typically feel like, especially with like new adult characters, can kind of seem a little immature, and immaturity is not something I really like to read, especially when it comes to like romances. I feel like it should be a little bit more mature and serious, but I think with our main character being 39, that really helped out, as well as Hayes. Even though he's 20, he kind of has like this very mature like attitude or presence about him. He's not like, he doesn't seem like a typical 20-year-old in my eyes, and I really did appreciate that one. The ending was perfect. I really love how everything turned out. However, the only thing I really didn't enjoy was the whole like fame boy band part of it. So I would recommend checking this one out if that one doesn't bother you as well. And the last booktuber that I read from was Allie over at Mrs. Dunn Reads. I recently kind of looked at her like past videos, and she mentioned one that I've seen like everyone talk about.
Talking about the Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. Oh my gosh. Let me start off by saying I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. I thoroughly enjoyed my time in this book.
And it was the Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren, which I know, another Christina Lauren book, like pushing my luck here. This one, I still don't know how I want to rate this book. I'm debating between a 3 and a 4-star rating. It's nothing wrong with the book. It's just like, I think it's just a me problem. The Unhoneymooners, you have our 2 characters named Ethan and Olive. You're following a woman named Olive. Her twin sister is getting married to this guy named Dane, and Dane's brother Ethan is the best man, and they can't stand each other. Like Ethan kind of seems like this like stuck up cocky douchebag, and then you have Olive, who is a twin. Olive's twin sister Amy always seems to be the lucky one. Like she completely won this entire wedding by doing like contests and raffle tickets and things like that, and basically had the whole thing paid for. So Amy has always seemed like the lucky twin, and then Olive, our main character, has always had unlucky things happen to her. I don't know, I feel like her personality with Ethan just was not the perfect formula to like, you know, mesh up with. But at the wedding, Ethan and Amy are the only ones that don't eat the food, and they're the only ones that doesn't get like food poisoning from the fish that was served. And so in order for Amy to not have to pay for this vacation, or their honeymoon, excuse me, she makes her twin sister Olive go with Ethan on this honeymoon. And they're like, no way, no possible way. But they end up going. And it's definitely like a fake dating, but also like hate to love type of relationship. I will admit, like reading this, like Ethan was such a douche. Like I was like, I don't understand how he's going to like warm up to Olive. And then Olive, I just really didn't appreciate her attitude most of the time. But once they started to like get along, I could understand why people like this one. Like their like banter between each other was super cute sometimes, but also it could be a little overdone. But I really did enjoy most of the time that they were on the island. However, there are chapters when they get back home, and I felt like that was kind of like a different story in a way. And I'm not going to give spoilers out, but I felt like that's where my rating kind of dropped a little bit, was I felt like the second half of the book really focused on something else besides this relationship. But I really did enjoy this one. I thought it was very cute. I feel like it's like the perfect in-between book of the emotional of Love in Other Words, and then also the super cheesy In a Holiday. So I really did enjoy this one. I think I'm going to set on a 3-star just because it didn't really wow me, but I think you would really enjoy it because a lot of other people really enjoy it. It's very hyped on YouTube right now, but I think you would enjoy it. Alright guys, that is everything for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. It really does help out my channel. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on another video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!